We are at the last group, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The preview right here on DOTT. I am Anthony Uche. I have taken you through all of the other 11 groups, and today we will round off the final group, which is Group L of the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Group L contains the likes of England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. And we'll start off, of course, with the highest ranked team in that list, which is England. The English Three Lions made light work of their qualification process, winning all of the games in qualifiers, conceding no goal whatsoever under new German coach Thomas Tuchel. And the pressure has never been higher following the team he released, dropping a lot of the players who a lot of the fans thought would go to the World Cup. The pressure is on Tuchel and his team to make sure they justify those selections. The likes of Harry Kane will no doubt look again to win yet another World Cup Golden Boot, followed by the likes of Marcus Rashford. Bukayo Saka will be at the World Cup, as well as Elliot Anderson in midfield, combined with Declan Rice. The names just go on and on and on, and that perhaps is where the pressure will originate in for the English national team. The quality in the squad is without doubt, but will they go one step further this time around to lift the World Cup? It is left to be seen. The only World Cup so far the English national team has won, of course, is in 1966, and since then, England have not tasted victory at the FIFA World Cup ever in their history after that. Then, of course, in the group, you have Croatia. Croatia has been one of the feel-good stories at the FIFA World Cup since 2018. That crop of players that includes the likes of Luka Modric, Marcelo Brozovic, Ivan Perisic, as well as the goalkeeper, who took them to the final of the 2018 World Cup and as far as the quarterfinals as well in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Will probably be playing their last appearance. In fact, Luka Modric is considering outright retirement from the sport at the end of this World Cup. So this might be the last chance for Zlatko Dalic and that crop of players who got to the 2018 FIFA World Cup final in Russia to make the most they can of this tournament. Those players are not the only ones in the team. Matter of fact, the Croatian FA have done a good job of inculcating a lot of fresh new players, including the likes of Lovro Majer as well as Mario Pasalic in that team to maintain the balance, even not forgetting Josko Vardiol, the fantastic defender there that applies his trade for Manchester City in England. They have found a way to find the mix between young talent and the old experienced players. And then, of course, you have Panama in the group. Panama did fantastic in qualification for the CONCACAF region, which culminated in their first World Cup since 2018. Yes, Panama has not been at the World Cup since they did so in 2018. Remember that 6-0 thrashing on the hands of England. But this time around, Panama promises to be a bigger competition at this World Cup. And then, of course, talking about the final team in the group, it is Ghana. Ghana qualified yet again for another World Cup, back-to-back qualifications to FIFA World Cup, because they played in the 2022 World Cup. But for some reason, best known to them, they fired the manager that took them to the World Cup, which is Atoado, and replaced him with Portuguese manager Carlos Queiroz. Ghana, more than any country in this continent, know how to shoot themselves on the foot, and that is the reason why I do not hold a lot of hope for them going into the World Cup. They might eventually get knocked out yet again at the group stage level, but one thing is certain: Ghana know how to qualify for the World Cup. What they do when they get to the World Cup is an entirely different story. But I don't find that story changing for the good, because Mohamed Kudus will most likely, if he goes to the World Cup, will not be starting because he's still injured. For over a year now, Mohamed Kudus has been injured for Tottenham Hotspur, and I doubt whether or not he will make it in time to start the World Cup tournament. Then, of course, Antoine Semenyo is perhaps the only shining star that the Black Stars take to the World Cup in 2026 over there in North America. All the best to them, but personally, like I said, I do not hold a lot of hope for Ghana. But surprises are there to be made, and that could be made by Ghana. Who knows? Thank you for sticking around for the 12 World Cup groups previewed here on DOTT by myself, Anthony Uche. If you have enjoyed this, stay tuned to this session, because we're not going to leave you at the preview stage. Once the World Cup starts, you will get all of the updates, all of the news, all of the scores, the results, and everything you need to stay in touch with the biggest global masterpiece when it comes to football. Thank you for watching so far. Stay tuned and remain blessed.